My name's Laura. My abstinence date is the 26th of June 2022, and one day at a time I am privileged to choose 3 weighed and measured meals from the Cambridge GreySheet. I write those meals down. I gratefully call them in on time to my qualified Cambridge GreySheet sponsor. By grace and by choice, I eat exactly what I committed and nothing else, no matter what. If I make a mistake, I make a call, and meticulous abstinence is the most important thing in my life today because it gives me a chance at having a life worth living. So yes, thank you for this surprise qualification today. So I was really lucky last week to attend the Madrid retreat, and I saw some of you there, and it was really lovely. So thank you. It's nice to see everyone again. And yes, GreySheet is saving my life one day at a time. So I have been abstinent now for nearly 15 months. And before GreySheet, my whole life was just about eating and trying not to eat, and then not being able to stop myself from eating. And like everyone else, I have done so many diets, and I have made myself so many promises. And I've made promises to God, and promises to my family, and promises to my friends, but mostly just promises to myself that tomorrow was going to be a new day, and I was going to eat healthy, and no matter what, I was going to stick to some diet, and I could never do it. 2 weeks was the most I could stick to a diet before I would have to eat again. And I felt like there was something wrong with me because it's been the same since I was a small child. I was just always hungry, but no matter how much I ate, I just wanted more and more and more. And often it seems like the more food that I ate, the more hungry I would get. And I kept thinking that maybe if I ate enough food, if I just went crazy and ate like a big mountain of all the food that I wanted, that it would be enough, and that the craving would stop. But it always made it, the craving just got stronger and stronger. And I felt like food started out as like my best friend. So I went to food to feel better about everything in my life. Whenever I needed any comfort, I turned to food. And then about the age of 10, it stopped being my best friend and it became my worst enemy, because I realized when I was 10 years old that I had no control over my food. And my body was getting very, very big. I was bigger than a fully grown adult at age 10. I was more fat than all the teachers. And I got like very badly bullied in school because of being very fat. And my body was like very uncomfortable as well. Like my legs, the skin would rub together and it would be like really sore. And like in the summer, it felt like there was like a fire between my legs. and But no matter how much people were mean to me at school or how much my body hurt, I still could not stop eating. And so I went on my first diet when I was 10 years old. And I came to GreySheet when I was 41. So all those years, I was constantly dieting and failing. And that made me feel like really bad about myself. I had no self-respect because I couldn't control this part of my life that it seemed really important to me. I just wanted to be slim and to be healthy and to be comfortable in my own body, but I couldn't do it. And I spent a lot of money trying to get other people to help me do it by buying books and joining different diet groups, and none of it worked. And I also spent 22 years in other food fellowships, but I didn't find any peace with food. So that was really hard because I saw other people find peace with food, but I couldn't find it. And then I found GreySheet by accident. Someone was talking on a bus about abstinence, and she was on the phone talking to someone, and I heard her conversation, and I just went and asked her what time the meetings were on, because I thought she was from a different food fellowship that I knew about already. And she told me that she was from GreySheet, and she sent me a link to a WhatsApp group and a Zoom meeting. And I came to a Zoom meeting that same day. And then I went to another Zoom meeting the next day. And I went on the website and I translated all the meeting times to UK times for all the different meetings that I could go to. And I just started going to all of them. And then 3 days after I first discovered GreySheet, I committed my first meal. And so that was day 1. And today is day 449. And so I just had one day 1. I've just been counting ever since. And for me, that is a miracle. Thank you. Because I could never eat just 3 meals a day every day for 449 days. I couldn't do it for more than 2 weeks. But GreySheet is a miracle because for me, the food plan actually works. When I stopped putting the grains and the sugar in my body, the craving just stopped. So immediately I had physical peace from day 1. And then I only had to think about the mental side. So my brain, whenever I get tired or stressed or angry, my brain thinks food, what can I eat? What can I drink? But I can cope with that. I can make a phone call. I can speak to somebody. I can remind myself why I need to stay abstinent. And today I have the power to stay abstinent because the physical craving is gone. And because I come to a lot of meetings and I'm constantly being reminded of why this is the most important thing in my life. And today I don't stay abstinent just for me. It's really important for me that I stay abstinent for the whole fellowship. So I think of the fellowship as one body with lots of mouths. We each have one mouth. And I am in control of my mouth, and I don't want to put non-abstinent food into the GreySheet body. So when I stay abstinent, I protect myself, but I feel like I am protecting the fellowship as well, because I think that we are like a family. And I think for me, that's part of the spiritual part of the program, is the connection with the other members of the fellowship and the connection with my higher power. And I believe that my higher power has brought me to this community, and that this community is saving my life, but also I can help this community. And that the best thing that I can do to help the community is to stay abstinent. Because if people see me staying abstinent, then I'm sending the message that it's possible to stay abstinent. And the more people that stay abstinent, I think the more hope it gives to others. Because before GreySheet, I had no hope. It was gone. And I found hope to start with in my sponsor, because my sponsor reminds me a lot of myself in a lot of different ways. And I thought, if she can stay abstinent, then I can stay abstinent. And then as I've got to know more people in the fellowship, I think if they can stay abstinent, then I can stay abstinent. And for me, that's the strongest thing that keeps me abstinent, is just a feeling of being part of the community. And I do a lot of other things as well. So to begin with, I was doing about 30 meetings every week. Now I do maybe 7. But for the first 6 months, my life was all GreySheet. It was like I was in hospital. I was in GreySheet hospital. And I was just at home doing Zoom meetings and making my meals and making my phone calls. And I read all of the literature. And I went on the website and I read lots of information on the website. And I went on the YouTube channel and I listened to lots and lots of people qualify on the YouTube channel. So at the same time that I was feeding my body abstinent food, so I was constantly feeding my mind GreySheet recovery. And I was constantly trying to open my heart to this community. And in the short time that I've been in GreySheet, already I have seen a lot of people come and then leave. And I can't control that. And if I think about all the years that GreySheet has been in existence, and we are a very small number of people, really. So, and it can be easy to think, well, it doesn't work. So many people have left. But I know it works for me. And I see that there are other people who have stayed in GreySheet for decades. And I just want to be part of making GreySheet stronger, because I can't control the people that leave, but I can control myself to stay. And it's really important to me to support the other people, that new people that come to GreySheet, and people who leave and then come back. I think it's important that they see that there are people who are staying all the time. And I want to be in the GreySheet body. I want to be part of the backbone. I want to be a strong part of GreySheet, so I can help like support everybody else, but also I want to keep GreySheet strong because I need it to survive. And I know if I left tomorrow and tried to follow the GreySheet on my own, I will never do it, because I will think, oh, I'll just have some small treat, or I would make some small change, and then it won't work. I mean, it only works now because I'm part of the fellowship, because every day I commit my food to my sponsor. Every day I speak to at least 3 people on the phone. I go to meetings. I read the literature, and I keep my recovery fresh every single day. And if I wasn't doing those things, I would fall back into my old patterns. So GreySheet is like a really big commitment, but it's worth it because I get to have a life, and I get like this really big family that I didn't have before. And I'm really happy because I am divorced from compulsive eating now. And that divorce is final, is permanent. So I'm married to GreySheet now instead. And thank you. So I'm really happy, and I'm really grateful to be abstinent, and I'm grateful that all of you are here as well. So thank you.